Welcome to another edition of VetsPlusSports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my co-host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. This Saturday night, not Sunday night.
Yep, Saturday, because I totally forgot we were supposed to be here Saturday, because Easter tomorrow.
I keep saying I'm going to fire Beans, but I don't think I can fire my boss. But hope y'all doing well. We'll get in this episode. This one may not be too long. This may only be a half hour, maybe a short one. But
yeah, because I don't really have a lot to put out. I didn't look up. Like I said, I was playing video games, so I didn't look up none of my sports stats. I didn't do nothing.
All right, well, I'll just go over some baseball scores as we got going on right now. These are going to be some finals. Let's see. You had the Tigers beating the Cardinals 11-6. The game was called in the ninth inning with one out, so that's a complete game. I think it's like after 5.5 or 6 innings, it's considered a complete game in the Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So Tigers beat the Cardinals. You had the Brewers over the Royals 5-2. You had the White Sox over the Blue Jays 6-3. Pirates over the Orioles 3-2. The Dodgers over the Nationals 10-5. You had Astros over the Athletics 11-0. Padres over the Red Sox 3-2. The Cubs and the Guardians game was postponed. We got some games going on right now. Out in Arizona, the Braves are getting beat by the Diamondbacks 2-1 in the bottom of the seventh inning with one out. Bottom of the fifth in New York, Marlins over the Yankees 4-0 right now. Out in Texas, you got the Reds up 2-0 on the Rangers at the top of the eighth. The Devil Rays, the Rays used to be Devil Rays. Tampa Bay Rays over the Twins 6-1 in Minnesota in the top of the seventh. And then here you go. There's another game. I guess there was a doubleheader. Yeah, game two. It's the Brewers and the Royals and KC. The KC's up 4-2 in the bottom of the sixth right now. Out in Colorado, you got the Phillies 1-1 at the end of the third. Just starting in San Francisco is the Mets and the Giants, and getting ready to throw the first pitch at about a half hour is the Mariners and the Angels out there in Anaheim. That is the rundown of the scores, and I will mention this since I mentioned it last week. J.J. Wentworth, I think is his name, for the Cardinals. He played at West Virginia. He homered in his first I think it's his first at bat, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, because you was talking about him.
All right, that was game one.
Last time, yeah.
Game one, his first game debuted. He homered, hit a home run, and then in game two, he hit the game-winning hit to walk off and win the second game. And he is the only Major League Baseball player to ever do that. In his first two games, hit a home run in his first at bat in his debut, and then the second game he hit a game-winning hit to win the ball game. So,
nice.
Congrats to him. I like him. He's a good guy. So I'm going to be following those Cardinals a little more, even though I'm a Braves fan. But which I've always liked the Cardinals too. You got other teams you like to pull for, which I like the Cardinals. So, but I'll just keep an eye on that.
That's cool beans.
And as far as also, I ain't gonna go through all of it because there's just too much to cover when it comes to college baseball. But the Mountaineers won today 11-10 over UFC. They lost yesterday to them, but anyway, the Mountaineers are on a tear right now. When it comes to baseball, compared to they're doing pretty good. I'm trying to get it brought up, and I'll get their score and everything else. Let's see here.
Cool beans. I was just on the Twitter apologizing to folks because I forgot to tell them, because we got some faithfuls that watch us every Sunday. They're gonna miss it. They'll catch the replay.
Yeah.
So I'm just posting it and let everybody know.
I don't see how I got on that, but there it is. Okay, now we go. Um, let's see here. I'm trying to find the final score here. Which West Virginia is ranked, so they should be. That was a Big 12 matchup, so
Right.
there's so many games. Let's just do this here. Let's see. Well, now, I've never been on it this way before. As far as let's see. Let's just all right. Let's just do the rankings here real fast. I'll see where they're at.
Cool beans.
Uh, and I hate how these other sports are done. I'm used to basketball. I'm used to football, but these other sports is total to the side. It's total different. All right, West Virginia right now is ranked 13th. They are 19-5, which they won today, so that should make them 20-5 if this is updated. So at least I think they are. I think they should be a little more than that, but I could be wrong. But I'll just keep watching them, see how they go. Doing pretty good. They have been the last couple years, and then it just gets down to the nitty gritty when it comes during the tournament.
Right. They need to shorten the season for them. It's like when we get down to them last few games,
like your Knicks. They need to shorten.
Yep, exactly.
Maybe they can win. All right, let's move right along. We'll get to some hockey here. Hockey's getting ready to wrap up. Getting close to wrapping up anyway. Here's some scores right now. You got the Canadians over the Devils 3-2. You got the Capitals over the Sabres 4-2. Hurricanes over the Islanders 4-2. The Jets over the Blue Jackets 2-1. A lot of these games are still going on in the third period. And then you got the Mammoth and the Canucks. Mammoth up 4-2 at the end of the second period. The Maple Leafs beating the Kings 4-3 at the end of the second period on that one. Those previous games were in the third period. Got two finals. You had the Lightnings beating the Brewers 3-1, and then the Penguins over the Panthers 9-4. Penguins put it on them. Let's see here, getting some standings here. Let's see how many games they got left. They shouldn't have too many more. I mean, it's pretty much. Let's look at the wild card picture. All right. Wild card picture looks like this. In the Eastern Conference in the Atlantic, you got Tampa Bay and Buffalo. They both done sewed up a playoff spot. In the Atlantic there in the East, you got Montreal sitting there at the third spot. Then in the Metropolitan, you've got Carolina. They have got that sewn up. And then you got Pittsburgh and you got New York Islanders is the 2 and 3 there in the Metropolitan. And then in the wild card, here we go. The two spots right now being held in the wild card, you got Boston and Ottawa, the 1 and 2, and then you got Detroit lugging right behind, not far behind.
Detroit is out of it right now, trying to get in.
Yeah, they're trying to get in. I like to see Detroit to get in, but I don't know if we'll see what happens there. Going out west, in the Central, you've got in the Central, all three of those are locked up. Those three top spots, you got Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota will be in the playoffs. Out in the Pacific, no, it's not locked up yet. You got Edmonton, Anaheim, and you got the Vegas Knights. Them three are all battling it out. And then it goes after that, you got the two wild cards, Utah and San Jose. They got the 1 and 2 spot, and then it just goes 6 deep after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams are still eligible to get that wild card spot. So that is a rundown of right now. And looking at the schedule, let's see if we can get some scores here. They play 82 games, don't they?
Yes, so they are like they're the just like NBA, yeah.
Okay, well, they've played 76 games so far, pretty much. Some of them, I see some here, has played 77. So you're looking at 5 to 6 games left. Probably 5 games because a lot of these games are being played right now. So so they're getting close. After next week or so, it should be wrapping it up. They're getting ready for some playoffs there in hockey.
Yep, round time. In fact, the NBA, it should be this week if I haven't missed it. The play-in.
I'll get ready to go to that right now. Oh, excuse me. All right, here we go. Here's what we got with the NBA. I'll go for some scores right now. There's only a few games today. Two finals to go over. My goodness. I don't know why you just put any defense, just put an offense out there. The Heat beat the Wizards 152 to 136. That's a final. The Nuggets and the Spurs in overtime 136 to 134. And then right now, with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you got the Pistons over the 76ers, which are probably going to win that unless something happens. Detroit is up 109 to 85. Running down the standing.
Yeah, there's no way they should come back. They should come back in that one.
All right, let's see here. 70. Yeah, they're looking about all right. They're about 4 or 5 games left for the NBA. With Detroit, here it is. Detroit's 56 and 21. That makes them 77 games right there. So, about 5 games left.
Yeah, about 5. Yeah,
4 or 5, depending on whoever. Maybe 5 for all of them. It looks like. All right, you got four teams that are locked in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Your Knicks is one of those. You got Detroit, Boston, New York, and Cleveland. And then you got the next 6 teams. It could all flip-flop change within them 5 games. Atlanta's in the 5 spot.
Atlanta's doing good.
Philly is in the 6th spot. Toronto is 7th. Charlotte is moving up. They're in the 8th spot. What happened to Orlando?
I know, they just fell. It's just like,
I mean, they was like at 5 and 6, wasn't they, at one time? Yeah. Now they're down at the 9th spot, and you got Miami at 10. So, and like we said last weekend, all the teams, we already know who's going to be in the playoffs. It's just going to be flip-flopping what seed and who's playing what.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Orlando might have injury problems. They might have had a visit by the injury bug.
And then out west, you got 5 teams sewed up the playoff spots. And, well, you might as well say this. Everybody that is going to be in the playoffs are playing that are in. You got those that are eliminated outside the play-in game. They're eliminated. They're done. So, number 1 seed you got right now is OKC at 61 and 16. You got San Antonio at the 2nd spot. Lakers at the 3rd. Denver at the 4th. Houston at the 5th. Minnesota. Now, those 5 are locked. They're where they're at, okay? So, well, I don't know why. And then you got Minnesota at 6, Phoenix at 7. All right, these last 3 are in the play-in games. Okay, only thing it could change in this right now, and I don't see it changing because they're about 4 games behind. There's only 5 games left. Is Minnesota and Phoenix. Phoenix is in the 6th spot. Minnesota's in the 6th spot, Phoenix in the 7th. Okay.
Right.
Minnesota's 46 and 31. Phoenix is 42 and 35. So there's a 4-game difference there.
Yeah.
5 games
Minnesota
left.
would have to tank them last 5 games.
So then you've got what you got here is now from the 8 to the 10 spot, that can flip-flop, mainly the 8 and 9. 10, Golden State's 36 and 41. They're 3 games behind the 2 in front of them, so that ain't going to play too much. So it looks like Golden State will most likely be playing Phoenix when it comes down to it for the play-in game.
I think Golden State is going to just be eliminated. I don't know how long Curry is out, but I watched it last. Yeah, he's hurt.
Okay. I didn't know Curry was out. Well, they're done.
That's pretty much what I said, because I watched the game. It was just like, I want to say it's like last Thursday or Friday when they played San Antonio, and San Antonio whooped the mess out of them. And it was like Curry's not playing. He was hurt, so I don't know how long he's supposed to be out. But they tried with Draymond on Wembyamba. Draymond's a good defender, but he couldn't stop him.
All right, you got anything on women's NBA?
Yes, and everybody's been talking about it the last since yesterday. Sophie Cunningham survived the expansion draft. She didn't get drafted by the, so she is still with the Fever. The Fever lost Chloe Bibby though, which I would take that as an okay loss because I didn't want to see Lexi Hall go nowhere. I didn't want to see Sophie Cunningham go nowhere. And they cored Miller. Not Miller. They cored Kelsey Mitchell, and I was like, they can let her go. I don't care. They ain't gonna let her go, but they cored her, so she didn't go nowhere. Leah Boston and Caitlin Clark, we already knew they was gonna be cored. They wasn't going nowhere.
All right. So they got 2 expansion teams coming this year, or 1?
Yes, 2 expansion teams. The Portland Fire. That's what I wanted to talk about, and the Toronto Tempo is what they. Guess what they're doing? I agree and I disagree. The Houston Comets are coming back, and I'm like, yes, the Houston Comets. That was the dynasty that won the first 4 championships. They should have never dissolved the team. They should have always found a way to keep them, but they're coming back. However, what they're doing is somebody bought an owner out there in Houston bought the Connecticut Sun, and they're moving them from Connecticut to Houston, and they're changing the name to the Houston Comets. That's the part I do not like. They should have came in. You want to come in as an expansion team? Come in as an expansion team.
That's not an expansion team.
Well, technically, it's not an expansion team because you just bought a team that was already there and changed their name.
And you're moving another team.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the part I did not like. But it's nice to see that the Houston Comets will come back. The sad part is they're going to come back, and they might as well have been an expansion team because they're going to suck just like an expansion team. Because Marina Mayberry, which she's a dirty player, and it's like she got drafted. They didn't core her, and she got drafted in that I think she's with Toronto. She's with the Toronto Tempo.
Okay.
So, but the fact that she was a free agent and she got drafted, she gets to if they want to sign her, she has to be signed at a max contract, which means as a dirty player who really isn't a top scorer, she can play, but she's not. She's hot and cold. She's either tearing you up from the 3-pointers or she's breaking them left and right. And she's going to get the max contract of $1.4 million. As dirty of a player she is, she lucked up and she gets the option of the $1.4 million. And to where she's a restricted free agent. If the Toronto wants to sign her, they got to give her the max. If she says, I'm not going to play here, she can go anywhere else because she's unrestricted, but they can say, hey, we're only giving you $500,000 and blase. So 9 times out of 10, where do you think she's going to be playing? Especially because I don't think she has $1 million.
No, exactly. Well, she got her money, I guess.
Yep, she pretty much got her money. It's like, I forgot who they also Portland grabbed somebody that was an unrestricted free agent. They're going to get and I can't remember who it was, but she's also going to get a max contract. She was coming out of the LA Sparks, is where they got her from, and she's going to look up because where she was in LA, it was like LA had so much talent they didn't core her and they took her. And it's one of those things that even if she stayed on the LA Sparks, she wasn't getting a $1.4 million contract. So
no.
She lucked up. That move was good for her. So I think she'll be signing with the Portland Fire. I know if you handed me a contract, well, you can go over there and make $300,000, or you can stay here and get $1.4 million. Over there, you might make the playoffs. Over here, it's a guarantee that y'all are gonna suck. Hey, give me my money. We just gonna suck.
Yeah. That's right. Show me the money.
I know, right?
All right, talking about girls. Did you see the games Friday night for the women's tournament?
I wish I did. I saw all the stuff on YouTube after the game.
Well, you had South Carolina beating UConn, 62-48. What's his name? Gino, the coach for UConn. He was frustrated with. There was two things he was frustrated with. I was reading about. One, before the game, the pregame. Usually the coaches come at the half court and they shake hand, whatever.
Yep.
Well, evidently
Staley didn't show up.
She didn't show up. He sat there and waited 3 minutes. So that kind of put fuel on the fire. It's kind of slap in the face. All right. Then he was complaining about how the game was called. UConn had 15 fouls called against them, and South Carolina only had 7 called against them.
Right. And I agree with him on that point because because he was mad. He said during the press conference that one of the girls' jersey was ripped.
It was ripped, and there was nothing called or nothing. So now I didn't watch none of it. I'm just going by what I read and seeing the articles and stuff. But then later on, he came back to say that was unlike him because they had some exchanging words after the game and stuff like that. But and everything else. So
yeah, because he was just mad because I agree with him. The refs didn't call that right, and they ended up losing because how the refs. It was bad color, but that ain't have nothing to do with Don Staley. You can take it. He was mad. He wanted to fight her and everything. He was mad.
He was very mad. And then the second game, you had UCLA beating Texas 51-44. So now you're going to have a UCLA versus South Carolina matchup, and I'm pulling for UCLA, and we'll just see what happens. I had UConn. Man. I had UConn winning it all.
Right. I wasn't going to go against UConn. I could have seen that. But on this one, I'm going to go USC. I mean, not USC. No, I'm talking about South Carolina.
I just don't. I'm not a big Staley fan. I'm just not big
I'm not either.
So I'm going to pull for UCLA.
But I kind of want to go give her this time a pass and a benefit of the doubt.
Well, she's done 1-3. She's done 1-3. Let's give it to UCLA, huh?
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and change that and go with UCLA because she has 1-3.
So, all right, and then moving right over to the men's. Okay, like right now it was going on. And getting ready to tip off if they've not already. I think they're getting ready to. Yeah, they have. They've just started. Right now it's Michigan 10, Arizona 3. Just starting. They're just 4 minutes into the first half of that. But earlier you had UConn beat number 3 Illinois 71-62, and Duke, like I said last weekend, Duke messed up my bracket. Last weekend. Duke, you stink. But UConn, they'll be in the championship waiting on the play on the winner, which I had Michigan and Arizona playing in this, and I had Arizona beating Michigan, but we'll see what happens. It don't matter because my bracket's all done now anyway.
So. Right. I think they said they've done it twice where it was like UConn women's won and UConn men's won. I think it's done it twice in history. And it won't happen this time because the ladies is out, but the men are still there. But
that's it. And also, and I didn't know this. All right, they don't call it the what was it used to be called? NIT tournament. That's those that didn't make the big dance. It's another tournament. It's called now. Well, West Virginia won yesterday, I think it was, or today, and they play in the championship tomorrow in that tournament.
Wow.
Yeah. So they play. I think they won yesterday. So they play tomorrow at 5:30 in the championship of that tournament.
So, I would like to see them get it.
And here's the thing: I didn't know they was in the tournament playing. I know there was head up and down, and I didn't see much on it. And here's the thing: where West Virginia is in that championship, it's not going to be a lot of coverage. If it was anybody else, probably
Yeah.
so. West Virginia just don't get a lot of coverage and a lot of love. Never have, never will. But we'll see. I don't even know. I don't even know what that bracket is called. I mean, that tournament's called, because I'm trying to see it here. I'm not seeing nothing.
Yeah, I didn't even know nothing about that tournament.
See, the NIT used to be a pretty decent tournament because but it's not now. Let's see here. Nah. I'll do it this way here and see what happens. See if I can't get I'll just go ahead and click on West Virginia.
Cool beans.
Let's see. All right, they play Oklahoma tomorrow at 5:30.
Okay.
Um,
5:30.
yeah, they're 20-14 on the season now. West Virginia. They beat who was it? They beat that was today. They beat Creighton today. And then on the second, they beat Stanford. And yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yep, they beat Stanford 82-77. They beat Creighton 87-70. Now they're in a championship against Oklahoma, and tomorrow at 5:30. So
Okay.
that's what we have there. All right, let's get down through here. I don't know if we got much going on. All right. Let's see here. I'm looking here. College. Here in a couple of weeks, you get ready to have the draft, NFL draft. So you'll have some
Yeah.
college players and stuff like that. But as far as college going on, there ain't much going on right now. Here's the thing. Okay, I seen this, and I don't disagree with this. A lot of people, they hate Trump. That's fine with them. He done the executive order on athletes get 5 years and one transfer. I agree with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you get to play with 5 years and one transfer.
Yeah, one transfer. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. This transferring every year and there's nothing wrong with it. And he's getting a lot of heat from that, and stuff like that. But and it's just like Nick Saban said when he went up there. He said, "You got 26, 27-year-olds playing with boys, pretty much 18-year-olds. That you got men playing with boys.
Mm-hmm.
And at 26, 27 years old, I could imagine me playing at that age against some of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just different,
To an extent, how did they get there and be that old?
Because they was extending. They was in the league 6 years. That's what they was trying to do away with.
Oh, that's what trying to get rid of. Okay, yeah. I got that now.
Yeah, they was playing. They was allowed to play like your COVID year, your expansion year, and all this other stuff. So, I don't see what the fuss is about this. Now they're supposed to go back later on to do with the money cap ordeal, as far as the NIL.
They really need to do that one.
Yeah, but right here, 5 years, one transfer. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Period. I think that's fair.
I do.
You know what I'm
saying? If anything, if I was going to nitpick at anything of it, I would say at least give them 2 transfers. And the only reason why I say pretty much the Joe Burrow rule. Well, no, Joe Burrow started at Ohio State and he transferred to LSU.
And he had to sit out.
He stayed. Yeah, he stayed there. Yeah,
he had to sit out a year going to LSU.
Yeah.
And here's my thing: it would make the kids think more before they go and transfer. Well, I only get one transfer. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So,
but even like here's a good example. I didn't think about that first. Our guy Judah, he started at WVU, wouldn't play him. Neil Brown wouldn't play him. He goes to Marshall. They not playing him. Yeah. Now he's stuck. I mean, like.
Well, here's the thing with that. WVU wanted a medical redshirt him, if I'm not mistaken, if you remember.
Yeah.
They wanted a medical redshirt him. Then so he decided to hit the portal, which, I mean, he hadn't been playing. Now, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit different than you got those on the field playing and stuff like that. But
I mean, like, he's going to a college where the coach never really did. Well, I can't say he did have a medical. They wanted a medical red shirt, but to an extent, it looked like they never really was going to give him a chance.
Well, I think they wanted to medical him out. That's what it was. They offered him a coaching job, he said. So he thought he could still play and stuff. So he's down at Marshall, which, I mean, he did get medical redshirted that 1 year. So, and the thing is, I mean, it looks like by looking at the Marshall stats and stuff from their backfield last year, they were loaded with running backs. My goodness.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you got that much talent in your backfield, it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's hard to get in, and it's just like
it is.
He wants to go somewhere he can play.
So we'll just keep an eye on that and stuff like that. So, all right, let's get over here to the NFL. All right, not much going on that I know of. Here in a few weeks, you're going to have
draft day.
Draft day. We're going to probably do that live, as far as I know, if we get it.
Yep.
If we're able to. Like we did last year. That'll be about an hour and a half.
And I don't forget, and I'm sitting there playing video games. But I should know about that one because I'm taking the day off for that one. So
here's my it's like, I don't know if you've seen it. Linebacker Walker retires from the NFL. Is that the Walker that played for the Packers? Is that him?
I didn't see that one. I seen something up here earlier. I was looking on and get ready to show you. Jacksonville re-signed somebody. He got he was one of their edge rushers. He got a $110 million contract, $77 million guaranteed, $50 million bonus.
Wow. Okay, here's some two big newses right here. Did you see about Nuka? Nakua?
Yeah, something about he's bit somebody.
Well, he's in rehab. He's in rehab or something. So I don't know what's going on with it. And then, are you ready for this? NFL probes and finds no reason to discipline the Chiefs' Rice. So he is not going to be disciplined. So there you go. That's big news for the Chiefs.
That is.
So that's the reason why you have your investigations and everything else. And so, but I mean, that's about all. I mean, there ain't nothing really going on as far as, we've already talked about, with the NFL and everything. Next big thing going on right now is going to be the draft coming up in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And to this date, Tyreek Hill still not signed. And I told you, I knew it. What you call it too? Odell Beckham got signed.
By who?
He's back with the Giants, and the Giants got a good deal. That's why I say if he has anything in that tank, they got a good deal. 1 year, $5.2 million.
They didn't get a good deal. That's not a good deal, Beans.
That is when he was.
He's washed up. He's been
walking around for like wanting $10 and $20 million a year.
He's washed up. I don't care if he wanted $30 million a year. He's washed up. He's done. Just hang it up.
He might be done. I don't know if he can still. He might be a good threat to have on your team as wide receiver 3 because with his previous skills to where he was a one back, if they put him against a third corner, he might torch that third corner.
The only threat he is in the locker room. That's the only threat he is. He's a threat to the locker room. He's done. Just hang it up.
I know to an extent, but to an extent, I would say he's 100% done because he went to the Giants. But you got the hardball factor in there. He might actually. I don't know. It might.
That ain't going to work out. Harbaugh and him.
No, if he trying to do his old shenanigans and still thinking he is what he was in the back, that ain't gonna fly.
Nah.
But if he humbles himself and tries like, look, I'm broke. I just need to make some money. I want to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
He might actually do something.
But oh man, this is what's fun. I'm talking about this, seeing these drafts and these people move and stuff like that, and
right.
These organizations waste money. That was a waste. I gave him 2 at tops.
Okay, let's see how we do it this way. Ooh, I hope he stays for the season. He makes it through training camp and all that. Because that's what I say, $5.2 million. Let's see. If he gets 10 touchdowns, that's only $500,000 a touchdown they actually paid for.
Mm-hmm. He ain't getting 10 touchdowns. He'll be lucky to have 3. Write it down.
You're not even going to give him $1 million touchdown?
No, he ain't going to get 5 touchdowns. He'll be lucky to get 3.
He might get 5 catches.
Yeah. That's about it. You about that right.
But I want to see how he do. I've always been curious because, man, he's been out of the league for like the last 3 years, 4 years.
I'm surprised Dallas didn't sign him. They always get the troublemakers.
Dallas tried to sign him like a couple years ago, but he was cutting up and he said all that stuff about Jerry Jones, and they don't want him back now. He can say, you know what? I'm going to play for free. Nah, you can't get signed right there.
All right. Like I said, this one's going to be a short one. Do you got anything else?
I got nothing. Because I couldn't find, I had it on my phone. The guy, the edge rusher's name, it's through Jacksonville. Jacksonville signed him. But my phone went, it went to blank screen. And then when I turned it back on, it refreshed and it's gone.
Yeah, I ain't seen nothing else. But yeah. Well, the biggest thing now would be just be talking basketball and hockey and baseball. Till we get up to the draft day.
Yep. In fact, and here's the thing. This women, that's what I was going to tell you about the WNBA. They still got drama. They agreed upon the new contract, the new CBA, and the whole thing is we got a new CBA deal and everything. Okay, the league, the commission put a hold on everything come Monday. Let everything go through like the expansion draft, but it's a hold on Monday. They agreed with the contract. They like the contract. The contract still ain't signed. So they can't proceed because it's supposed to be now free agency market, but they can't proceed with free agency until the contract's signed.
That's crazy. That's
like me buying a car and I'm driving around for a month and I ain't made my down payment or signed the contract yet.
It is. That's the women's NBA for you.
I know.
All right, like we always do at the end of each episode, if you're thinking about harming or hurting yourself, dial the quick number 988 and dial 1. That's the Veteran Crisis Line, or 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. Dial 1, or just dial that quick number 988 and dial 1.
And that's the national line.
That's the national line as well. They'll get you in contact to the resources that you need. Don't be afraid to take that first step. Keep in contact with each other and your battle buddies. Go to your local VA medical center in the ER, and they'll have people on contact and resources that you need.
Yep.
You got anything else, Beans?
I got nothing. Next weekend, it's no holiday, so we'll be back on Sunday.
Back on Sunday night. Next weekend, because there was no way I'd be able to do it tomorrow night. But
there wouldn't be no way I probably would have got it done tomorrow night either. Because it's been like just after Easter, and it's been like I'd been cramming on here, and I didn't know no stats today. I really wouldn't have known none yesterday.
I won't really get to bed.
I mean, tomorrow.
I probably won't get to bed tomorrow about 4 o'clock. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got work.
Yeah. So, but y'all have a good weekend, a happy Easter, stay safe, and we'll see you live next Sunday at 9.
See him next Sunday.
Have a good one.
All righty.